In this lecture, we will learn what DevOps is. Now that you know what continuous deployment and delivery are, it's super easy to understand DevOps because DevOps simply enables us to do continuous delivery and deployment. So it provides us with various tools. DevOps is a process that we follow, and in that process we'll come across various tools, and these tools keep changing depending on the organizational priorities. So we'll go through the stages again, but this time we will see what tools you will be using as a developer across these stages. When it comes to source, you will be using Git. This is a popular tool which you will be learning in detail in the later sections. So using Git, you will push your code to a central repository. Then comes the build stage. So before we go to the build stage, we can use Docker to Dockerize our application. So in the build stage, we use tools like Maven or Gradle, which will take the code from these Git repositories, and at the end, when the build is complete, it will compile our classes, run the tests, and it will generate a var or a jar. Or if we Dockerize our project, which is super easy, you will be learning about Docker, how to Dockerize your microservice projects in lectures later on. Once you do that, the end result of the build will be a Docker image, not a var. This image will have everything that is required for your application to run. You can take these var jars or images and deploy them to test environment, run all your integration tests, system tests and all that. Then you can take the var jar, deploy it to pre-prod, prod as well. And if it is a Docker image, you can launch the same container on any environment. It could be production, etc. And then you will use monitoring tools as well. We'll get there. Before that, you will take these containers or your applications and you can deploy them in clusters like Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is a container orchestration tool, which you will learn about in detail in sections later on. Or you can simply deploy your container, a Docker container, or your var and jar to clouds like AWS. So you can use the Elastic Beanstalk service and quickly deploy your application with all the environment, the database, etc., and test it in a few seconds or a few minutes. It only takes a few minutes for the entire environment to be created and your application to be deployed, as you will see in the EBS section. So Kubernetes will take your Docker containers and it will orchestrate them. That is, it can create any number of containers for you. So once your application is ready, it can scale that application. If you want 100 containers, as you get millions of requests into your applications, you can do that in a few seconds. Once you configure it, you need not worry about it. Kubernetes will automatically spawn off the pods or containers. And then if one container goes down, it will automatically bring up another container. That's the beauty of Kubernetes. That is the reason Kubernetes is now a part of pretty much every cloud. So you as a developer will learn how to use Kubernetes, and you will deploy your applications or push your applications to Kubernetes cluster, and you will test it so that you can be pretty sure that your application can work on a clustered environment. Then a cloud engineer or yourself can take the very same application and push it to a cloud which has Kubernetes hosted, or clouds like AWS, Azure, GCP, all of them have support for Kubernetes. Instead of using the load balancing and all that comes in the clouds, you can use that within Kubernetes as well. And when it comes to monitoring, AWS provides CloudWatch to check the health of your application. And if you are using Kubernetes, then you can use Prometheus and many more monitoring tools. So all these and many more, will be covered in the next few sections. And of course, we cannot forget Jenkins. Jenkins is the tool that will integrate all these. It can work with all these tools and it will help us build these continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines. And you are going to learn in detail on how to use Jenkins from scratch. You will start with tiny little projects and then you will end up creating an end-to-end pipeline as well.